finished posting all the videos we need to post, including this one. Hold it off. It's you. Prisoners that they had on this prison. And then Lucy,
Gemini.
Gemini, the popular guy, and you can apply special magic.
And his way of killing people is special. Puts him in another dimension that just you can't survive for very long.
It's gonna get annoying really quickly.
Oh. I don't think I've ever played Screed against Screed before.
Well, you're in for a treat.
That sounds obnoxious, especially when you're talking critical effects.
I wish Screed would make more kind of an appearance, because he's a very, very good commander, if you use him right.
Let's hope you don't.
I have a fairly good grasp on how to utilize Screed.
Well, I am what I call recklessly optimistic in all situations.
You're allowed to be, so. Oh, that is missing ordnance experts.
Which one?
The Vader. I just realized that.
That makes sense.
How is it missing ordnance experts? I'm missing. I have 2 pulled out there.
I only have the one card and mine's sleeved.
Yeah, well, then they seem to recall pulling out 2. So how am I missing ordnance experts? I'll figure it out later.
Is it under one of your trays?
That's entirely possible. For now, we'll go right there. If I lose it, I can always just email FFG and ask for a new one.
I bet it'll turn up when we start packing things up and moving things around.
I hope so.
But that's a stressful feeling, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll live. It's just a card. Like I said, if worst case scenario and it's just vanished into the void, I can always request a new one from FFG. They're usually pretty good. All right, well let's get moving. So, hi everyone at home. Welcome to Armada again. So this week we're doing a 600-point game because, well, we felt like it. So, you want to run through what you got?
The first thing I want to add is an important point of order. We did 600 points because I want to run a ridiculous amount of B-Wings. So I've got the MC-80 with Independence and Dodonna, Flight Commander, Fighter Coordination Team, Boosted Comms, Electric Countermeasures, Leading Shots, and X-17s. We've also got a Torpedo Frigate with Intel Officer, Ordnance Expert, X-17s, Assault Proton Torpedoes, and Admonition. A Corvette with TRCs and Jaina's Light. A Nebby Escort Frigate with Torinfar, Yavaris, and XX-9s. And then 2 flotillas. The first one has Adar Talon, Bomber Command Center, Bright Hope, and Boosted Comms. That's tagged as number 12. It also has the X-Wing on the tree. And then the second one has Hondo Anaka, Boosted Comms, and Quantum Storm. And that's marked with number 11. And then we've got Wedge, a generic X-Wing, an HWK, 5 generic B-Wings, 10 Nub, and Nora Wexley.
All right, then over here on my side, I'm running Screed on a VSD2 with Gunnery Team, DCAPs, ECMs, HIEs, Warlord, Minister Tua, and quad turbo laser cannons. An interdictor suppression with gravity well generator and grav shift reroute, as well as HIEs and decaps. A Raider Class 1 with Ordnance Experts, Impetuous, Agent Callus, QLTs, and Flechette torpedoes. And then a GSD 2 with ACMs, Demo, Engine Techs, and Ordnance Experts. And then and a Gozanti with Vector and Boosted Columns. And the Gozanti is the just class cruisers, not assault. Then 2 Decimators, Morna, Jonas, IG-88, Jendon, and Denmark. So with that having been said, I'm going first. I've chosen Fighter Ambush, and we can get started on obstacles.
And you place the first, or I do?
You place the first one. Also, I am missing an Ordnance Experts card. We're not sure where it got off to. I blame Obama.
I think that's very unreasonable.
I think it's completely reasonable, but that's just my opinion. Can you set up your...
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, yeah, because that is kind of going to determine things for me. Oh, I'm not missing an Ordnance Experts cards. I just have them differently filed. Okay, never mind. We're good. No wonder I couldn't find it. Okay.
So I think we need to push that.
Okay. I will throw this right there. Okay, I will put this one. Yeah. We'll put that one right there.
This is the free one, right? Not the one we
Yeah.
placed.
I placed the last one.
What I mean is I want to place this, not that is what I'm saying.
Oh, you placing this one?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Is this isn't the one that's the one we placed. This is the one that's...
Correct.
Okay. I guess that makes sense because you're going to drop the reroute like a jerk.
Mm-hmm. That is my intention. Can I see your 3?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Okay, I'm not going to be able to reach it. Oops. Okay, so now I have to do this before deploying fleets. So there's one gravel token anywhere in the play area. Okay, so
You may just take a look at that card.
which one?
The one for the token. I just want to make sure I fully understand the rule here.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And now
Is it okay if you move your coat?
did you? Oh, what'd you say, Nick?
Oh, is it okay if you move your coat, Rebecca? I'm just gonna sit here
Oh, yeah.
until somebody comes.
You can just grab it, or I'll move it. Sorry.
Yeah, I just don't want to touch somebody's stuff because I know some people.
Well, I've got an illegal panther hiding in here, so I
Okay.
appreciate it being
Yeah.
cautious.
Just wasn't no, crack cocaine or something. I don't want to know stuff. I just want to have you here in Claremont. I don't need to know about crack addictions or nothing like that.
I think if I put it here.
If you're gonna sit there and watch this game, I need at least 3 dams at appropriate moments.
Inappropriate moment. All right.
You laugh like I'm kidding.
All right, I'll put it right there. That should allow me to hit every one of those.
So that only affects the ships, though, yeah?
That's that one. That one.
This
that-
is the one that
Tell me what that does. I'm sorry.
so after deploying fleets, you may move each obstacle a distance 1 to 3 of that token to within distance 2 of that obstacle's current location.
So you can, like, suck them in.
Yep, that's the plan.
Rude. And that happens when?
After fleets are deployed.
But, okay, cool. And is that, like, the thing that happens, like, turn and turn again, or just the one time?
Just the one time, but it does allow me to rearrange the board how I want.
And does that happen before I place? The,
No, that play happens after you place your fleet.
including the set-aside squadrons? Okay.
Because that is
Get your grapple protector card back before I steal it.
that would be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played around with these before, so this is entirely just derping. I have no idea how it's going to play.
I did in the first, like, fake 300-point game my friend and I played, but we honestly forgot all about it, and so we just kind of, like, ad hoc'd it part of the way through.
Gotcha. All right, so first deployment. I'll put the Gozantes here and we'll roll them at speed 1. Okay, you're up.
I used to be well, I used to have to walk. I used to pretty sure that I didn't let myself do. I'm just super fast.
There's a small sliver of that deployment zone which is not within range 3.
To the side, you mean?
Yes, but if you put something there, it will still hit.
That's what I figured.
I'm just trying to maximize my playable space.
No, I said that's what I figured. I don't blame you for it.
Yep.
I'm going to be gleeful about every advantage.
If you overlap that into range 3, you will be.
Oh,
going
at any point?
At
even-
any point.
At any point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So you,
that's why I'm saying you've got to be very careful about your deployment. Because if one little edge overlaps, yeah.
Jeez. That's mean. I didn't fully realize how mean.
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes this kind of work. It's just because I get to kind of dictate where you go.
And we'll drop the Corvette in at speed 3.
Okay. A little faster than I anticipated, but I can roll with that. This I can actually move down.
I didn't join the Rebel Alliance to fly Star Destroyer speed.
You mean 3?
that's as fast as a superstar. Not as a.
That's so fast an ISD can go.
ISD can go 3, but generally it goes 2, and then it jumps up to 3 to get away.
Look, if you guys are going to
Which
decide
is
to
fast.
attack every one of my quips, you can't watch.
Which is funny because your home 1 goes speed 2, so it can be outrun by an ISD.
You make compelling points, but
It doesn't have engine tech, so if it has engine tech, it's kind of fake speed 3.
I kind of fake it, yeah. We'll just plod along.
I tried to fit engine techs in. Well, actually no, because the fighter coordination team was meant to help push your B-wing. So, you know, I'll put IG88 right there, and I will put. I don't have a name. Bumblebee? There?
I think your phone charge.
I don't know. No, Red Eye. That's what I called it. Red Eye. So, you're up.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we're gonna bring in admonition.
Of course, Urza has the worst ones.
Worst ones?
For that wizard to bring back.
And we're also gonna deploy the Admiral at speed 3.
Okay. Now I will bring in Warlord. And we will roll at speed 1.
And that's your flagship, yeah.
Correct.
We're going to bring in the Liberty,
The
Independence.
Defiance? Independence.
Independence.
I was gonna say the Liberty is an LMC title.
Did somebody watch like The Patriot the morning they woke up to name these?
Or they're just patriotic sounding names.
That's, yeah.
You know, independence from the empire, liberty from the empire. I think that's where it comes from. Maybe. I don't know.
Mon Karen
I like
from
Mon Karen.
Fish People.
Fish people.
They're called Mon Cala.
Or Dax. Because Mon Calamari was also referred to as Dak by some.
I can't really make my decisions based on that because you're just gonna do a bunch of crazy crap.
Yep. That's why I deployed like that.
Jerk. I get it.
This is like the first time I've ever actually been tactical in my deployment of obstacles.
This is literally the first time I've ever flown home 1, so we'll see how she goes. We're gonna come in at speed 2.
Oh. Alright, I will put the interdictor in at speed 1. Oh, hold on, I might be, yeah, I'm over. There we go. Okay, at speed 1.
But you're not really there.
So she waits to deploy fighters until I've done everything too, right?
Wait, whose objectives is it? So she's. Yeah, she's in. So she's second player. Right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, she cannot deploy any of her fires until you've deployed everything.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Alright, so we'll bring in the Yavaris at speed 2. No, we'll do speed 3.
I'll put Morna and Crimson right there. The other reason I like fighter ambush is that I get to basically kind of out deploy you. It's a good objective, but
And I think especially when you're going to exert so much control over the obstacles, that plays into, because normally it's like, yeah, you got to deploy me, but then I get to dump all my, because the whole point of this list is to get my B-wings into range.
yeah, and so you do have that advantage of being able to actually do that with fighter ambush, but
I think we'll drop the flotilla in right here at speed 2. The number 12, the one with 8R Talon. Bright Hope is the easiest way to do that. Let me just call them by their names since they're both Roland titles.
Honestly surprised he still has
Yeah, Bright Hope has the X-Wings, Quantum Storm does not. So I do my squadrons and then he moves them with that thing, or he moves the stuff around and then I do my squadrons?
you move.
What's the timing of the card?
You do your squadrons, and then it's after deploying fleets.
But if the objective says after deploying fleets.
That's what it does say, after
Does it-
deploying fleets.
Yeah, so you would, your first player, so you
Oh,
get
really?
to trigger.
Okay, that does change things. Interesting.
I'm glad we asked that because
Yeah.
I would have.
Because the
So when it's
timing
a tie, it's-
timing of the cards are the same.
It defaults to
It's
whoever's
the first player always resolves their effects first, and then the second player resolves their effects second.
You know, I'll put demo there, and he will roll out at speed 2.
I was gonna say that's all my ships, but that's not true. I forgot I still have Quantum Storm. Alright, we'll drop Quantum Storm also at speed 2. And the okay, so the shield dial has to be in play. That's the cutoff.
You managed to do it without putting one at 0.
That was the goal. You big dumb jerk.
It's a fair move.
Don't apologize. You're just a big dumb jerk. You're running the empire, so it's a given. I mean, it's nothing personal. You're just working for fascists.
All right, terrorist.
Prefer the term freedom fighter if we're going to get right down to it. That's what we have on the jackets.
Did you?
Say what you want.
What about your
You're the one blowing up women and kids on a Death Star.
raider?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not done yet. I still have
Oh.
3 squadrons on
That
radar.
argument's in such bad faith, I'm not even going to address it.
There were women and children on the Death Star. You are the one blowing
And
them
on
up.
Jedha too, my friend. Significantly more military casualties.
That was a mining accident. Official record shows it was a mining accident.
That makes sense because you're digging yourself deeper and deeper.
No, I'm not. Actually, I am more of a rebel at heart, but I did want to try this. So
No, I get it. And honestly, if I had way more money than I do, I would like just have all of the ships and play all of them all the time.
my collection came over the course of like an entire year. You know, it was one ship here, one ship there. I got really lucky and came second at the Game Haven tournament and got like $20 of store credits. So I was able to pick up another one there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So
Is that common to do store credit as a prize?
that was the first time I'd done it, but I know Jacob was saying that the top 3 would get it here for the May the 4th one. At least that's
Oh,
what I seem to
really?
remember him saying.
That's cool.
That's what I remember reading.
So that thing he's planning is for here. I thought it was at the one in West Valley. What's that called?
Mind games?
Yeah.
No, I asked Jacob on the event. I'm like, I don't see a listing for it, and he said that it would be here.
Oh, that's right. I did see that.
So, which is good because I'm not a huge fan of mind games.
I've never been there, but I hear it's like a little more cramped, maybe.
A little more cramped. Their selection is kind of and their price of admission is you buy something to be able to get in, which is cool.
If you're looking to buy something.
Yeah, but you see the thing about demo though is that they've got great. Well, also Raiders are only in at speed 2. The nice thing about demo is that they've got everything's below MSRP. So
Yeah.
stuff's really affordable.
Which is nice, 'cause like I said, I had ordered some torpedo frigates on Amazon, and then I came here to get card sleeves, and I ended up canceling my Amazon order and buying a bunch of stuff here, because yeah, they've
Yeah.
got great prices, it's fun.
They really do. And so that's kind of why I prefer demo over like mind games.
Well, the owners basically like, I know my competition isn't the local game stores, it's Amazon, so I might as well have my prices to compete with Amazon.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
So-
Like it is, you know, it's just kind of free market capitalism. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I like playing here. It's a good spot.
It is. They've got a lot more space than mind
You
games.
don't
That's
let
for
it
sure.
go to your head, but y'all are a pretty good crowd. And we can clear these, we're done with them?
Yes, and now I get to move things around. /capital.
But this stays in play.
Yeah, I mean it's irrelevant now.
Yeah.
Because that really only affects deployment. I
They
just
don't-
did.
Yeah.
So it's, oh, okay, so
So,
if I move,
like, if you move into it, you're fine.
so the effect is over now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you guys were saying that like,
If anything,
if I
the-
curved
yeah.
into it after the fact.
No, this was just to screw you at deployment.
If anything,
that's-
if anything,
sure.
if
Okay.
anything deploys,
And that's mean, but it's not as mean as what I thought you guys
Yeah.
were saying, because I was
So,
like, that cuts off like
yeah.
a whole
'Cause
arc through there.
It's still technically active, but it's only when something deploys. So like if someone deployed a Radish ship there, then it would have to deploy a speed 0, or a hyperspace assault ship there, it would have to deploy it speed 0.
So it does stay, but it only affects
Yeah.
deployment, but for this
But
objective,
in this
will,
game,
doesn't.
it doesn't. It's not going to apply ever in the future at all.
Well, I always appreciate the long form explanation, because just because it's this
Yeah.
way in this game, there's so many things
Yeah.
that interconnect like that.
I'm gonna borrow this if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You're welcome to any of those at
Okay.
any time, as long as I get them back. I've got some custom purple ones coming. I'm very excited.
Yeah, you showed me that.
You know, you can just go online to pick up orders. I still think it's yeah, but they can just you put the order in, pay for it online, and then
I'm gonna try and make it that you can't get that thing through without taking some sort of damage.
they got a shelf. But, you know, price of the store.
And you get to move it wherever you want, or you have to move it within
Within distance 2
of where it is, or within
of where
the
it is.
within the oh.
So it's anything within distance
that
3
card
of
again?
this.
yeah, yeah. So I understand it so much better if I can read it while.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Neat. Okay.
Yep.
So I thought it gave you like a radius, and you could move it anywhere in the radius, but I see you could like literally just push it.
No, it's just anywhere within distance 2 of the actual obstacle itself. So. Have fun navigating that. I mean, Yvaris could probably do it, but Home One's gonna have a heck
Have
of a
we
time.
set tokens yet, dials yet, or is that still?
No, you still got to deploy your fighters.
Right, but what I mean is, if I set my dials,
Yeah.
I can change them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're not
it's
set
changing.
until the first actual like movement.
And I kind of set them as I'm deploying them, and then kind of change them, because I kind of know, and then obviously this changes a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like I've got dials set for kind of how I would expect it to be, but depending on what your fighter deployment might be, I could change that. So, because how you put your fighters out is going to play a significant role in what my actions are.
An interdictor off by itself with that asteroid is a very tempting target, but that's also your raider.
That's why I
It
put
is
it
away
there.
from all your fighters, but at the same time, the B-wings are the meat of what I'm doing, and so I don't necessarily want to get them stuck over there, especially since Home One isn't going to be as mobile as I'd like with that Independence card.
But you don't want to put them out of activation range either. So it's something to
Exactly.
consider.
I mean, you do have flight commander, so you could move Home One and then do an activation, but
Yeah, but Home One's got all all sorts of problems to deal with.
And that's why I've got. That's why I moved everything like that.
You're a jerk. You're not. It was an effective
I know.
move.
It's annoying because you now have to deal with a drastically changed map. I mean, that's why I brought them. I like these; they're fun. Just remember though, like independence can push them up to 4, but you cannot attack. So
Right. Alright, well I think what we want to do.
I just realized Titus would actually probably be a reasonably good pick for this. Slow that
I
down.
feel
and,
like Titus will get better when the SSD is out, because then you can just kill him with meter.
yeah, but I mean, like right now, if Titus could slow that home 1 down and basically guarantee that it would be taking a crit 1st round. Because that's going at 2 right now, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
The home 1's going at 2 right now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Titus would have been actually a really good addition to this fleet. I'm kind of bummed I didn't take him. Did not even think about that until just now.
And normal deployment is distance 2 from. Well, actually, it doesn't matter.
Distance 2 from a ship, but. Sorry, I'm taking a picture for Heath because I was just like, things I never thought I'd say playing Armada. Man, I wish I brought Admiral Titus. And okay, that's all your fighters?
Yeah.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I feel like I do at the beginning of every Armada game, which is that I'm screwed. Even the games I ended up winning, I did not feel confident.
You'd be surprised how often that still happens to people that have been playing this for a while. I go into every game thinking I'm going to lose anyway, so.
Okay, glad it's just.
It's not just you. Okay, so. Alright. I am ready whenever you are.
I wish I would have brought Leia with me. That would make what I need to do here a lot.
How would Leia change anything?
Because I want to be able to push. If I could push maneuver tokens to this, I could take flight commands here more readily. But I need a little bit of movement.
You
But
mean
really,
CommsNet would probably be better than Leia.
Okay, sure. You know better than I do. CommsNet. How does that work exactly?
You put it onto like the flotilla, and then when they flip over command, if they take it as a token, then they can shoot it off to a nearby ship. They can basically shoot any command token they have to somewhere else, once per activation.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't know that you were gonna like play with the board like this. So
Oh, no, I mean I just told you I was playing Screed.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm ready.
Okay.
Anyway, I'd say you're kind of following the road. You do come across something peculiar.
Hmm.
You see what looks to be a stopped car with two people bound and like tied up and kind of propped up against it, with a third person standing over them, and he stands tall. Not quite a giant, but he looks very reminiscent of the stone giants that you just fought.
All right, so I will flip over demo.
Of course.
Of course. So it has a navigate command, and I might actually
Jump to speed 3.
thinking about it.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It would not be a bad move.
No, I don't think so either.
I have noticed, we've taken out things bigger than you.
Yeah, I think I probably will. So, oh wait.
I think it's fun to just like overhear snippets of role playing from behind.
Speaking of over here, you know what I don't overhear?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you were thinking it too.
It's just funny, so I have to laugh.
I do occasionally quip out some good ones every so often.
So pretty much, these are the Zen merchant. These are the Zen merchant that have managed to go infected. They went into the shipment to bring stuff to Hawaii. Managed to track them down, get the jump on them, and nap them.
Oops.
And you have not yet gotten your chance to interrogate them before.
All right, and then engine techs on the GSD. Okay, you're up. Okay, I do have the right card.
That's like just the generation.
I do not have the right card I need though. You're a wizard, Harry?
Yes.
I saw that. It's alright, I don't judge.
Alright, I'm gonna activate the Corvette.
Okay.
I got a navigate token, or a navigate dial, which I'm gonna bank for a token. I'm gonna do a speed 3 maneuver with my fancy new specific to speed 3 maneuver tool.
It is useful.
It's very useful. I'll probably get, one for the last 2 increments at some point, but
I would recommend it.
yeah, I'm not quite in the hurry.
No, I mean just get it as you can, but it does make life so much easier.
Yeah, totally.
Heath laughed at my comment. Well, I mean seriously, I never thought I'd be in a position where I'd be like, man, I kind of wish I thought about Admiral Titus. I mean, in my entire Armada, quote unquote career, I've seen him used once, and that was
Career.
that's why I said quote unquote.
Feeling really good about yourself, I see.
Yes.
Yeah. I've seen him used once, and that was in the first tournament game I've ever played. And I tabled that kid.
We'll just do that.
I don't know what it is, but whenever I play at game night games, I'm assuming that's where the tournament was. I always
Yeah.
do bad. I
That was
don't know
my.
why.
You took first at the tournament.
Okay, well, I guess there was that one exception, but I feel like every other time
You took first at that tournament because I could not get that one last damage point in on you.
Okay, for the store championship, it's the only time I've done well. Every other time, I'm always like, it's like a 2-rounder, and I get 10-1 to the first round, so I get a bye the second round, and I'm like, I'm going home.
Understandable.
Yeah, when I first moved up here, game night was my local shop. That's where I played with my tabletop group for like 6 months or a year.
It's not a bad shop.
No, I liked it. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty loyal to this place by now.
Yeah, I mean,
They
like
know my
I.
Kryptonite, which is a loyalty program, because once I've got like points somewhere, I feel so awful spending money elsewhere.
Well, and I was the same way with Game Night too. Like I started off with them and loved them and all that because they were close, and, just over in Sugar House. But the parking situation drove me insane.
Yeah.
Especially when they, because this was years ago when they first put in that pizza spot right next to it, and like,
And now it's the vape shop and the salon and
is it
everything else.
really? I haven't been over there.
Well, no, the
forever.
pizza place is still there, but I'm just saying there's like a vape shop, there's a salon, there's all these other high traffic areas, and just
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was sometimes a little tricky to get a table at game night. I feel like they have more space here.
they do, and the parking's easier, and frankly, Game Night is their prices are not as good.
Like I said,
All right.
I like playing here.
I do too. So I will go with the interdictor. I've got an engineering command, which will obviously be taken as a token, and we will scrooch along.
Speed 1, huh?
That's speed 1.
Heroic. Also very brave.
Well, there are reasons.
No, I'm just gonna talk good-natured trash through the entire match, no matter what you do. So don't
It's
modify
fine.
your behavior.
It's fine. I'm just saying there are reasons.
All right, so I'm gonna activate Bright Hope. We've got a squadron dial, which we'll take for the token.
Really? That is surprising. But I guess you're not really in range, so
Nope, I am not.
you don't want to try and push him. See if you can get
No,
somewhere.
I just want to have a bonus push later on, I think.
Never a bad thing.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it. I think that's just what I want to do is pop straight up here.
All right, Raider has a navigate command, which I will probably end up using. Yeah, I'm going to use it.
You're such a dick.
I'm not gonna. You're not getting those fighters like.
I mean, I get it, but I just want to kill you. In the most in-game manner possible. I just want to smoke it. So me, yeah?
Hmm?
I can only put off moving that MC-80 for so long.
It's in a constellation, though. I think you'll outlast me.
And I can check stuff right now before I commit to what I'm activating, right?
Define check.
Like just like hold rulers alongside things and look at.
Not the maneuver tool, technically.
Okay, cool.
You can technically hold the range ruler and distance ruler, but you can't do the...
Sure.
Although this is just kind of a casual game,
Yeah.
so.
That's tournament stuff, but...
Although even there, it's marginally enforced.
Yeah.
Depending
Alright,
on
so
skill
we're gonna
level.
activate the MC-80. I've got a navigate dial. I'm gonna jump her up to speed 4.
Really?
Probably gonna be crazy and stupid, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will.
It's actually very risky because I can't actually see if this is going to work until I get up there.
Well, I mean, if now you're locked in.
I'm sorry?
You're locked in now. You
Oh,
have
really?
to move that. Yeah.
It's when you.
I'll let you take it back because,
Sure.
like I said, casual game. But yeah, if you lock it in like that, then
That's the point at which it becomes like
that
official.
yeah, it's like you touch the piece in chess basically.
Cool. And when I spend the dial, do I get speed change and an extra yaw?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now she's not committed to speed 4 when she's looking at it like that, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I could decide to.
You're just saying I'm using the tool, and then you can.
Got it.
Well, I'm using
And
the
I can
command, and then
use
you can
this to
change.
figure out before I want to change
Yeah.
speed. I just can't have this out before I pick which.
You just
ship.
have to declare if you're either taking the token or using the command. If you're using the command,
Using
then
the-
you
got it.
spend the command during the determine course step, which during the determine course step is when you're finagling with this thing. And then you can kind of look at it and be like, okay, 2, okay, 3, type thing.
Sure. And I can take a no and nothing up to a something with that, right? It doesn't have to be in something
Yeah,
that already has
yeah.
ticks.
Correct.
Okay, I think. Let's see. And then I gotta turn back though.
You could always dial back to 2.
No, I don't want to do that. That's cool.
I'm looking for a murder scout and get it. Only me, and me and Pat or something.
Alright, we're gonna try this. I think I can get it, but it might end up overlapping. Let's hope it does not.
I guess I should clarify.
Oh, you are lucky.
We're gonna call that precise skill. I
Or-
don't know that luck has anything to do with it.
Best man,
No, I'm gonna call that luck.
and yet you sold us all out.
Well, let me offer you this admonition.
Okay, I'll take the ship.
It's just a pun.
It's
Luck's
just a pun.
not gonna matter in round 2 because it's gonna get real bloody real fast. I think this is what they call meat grinder.
Oh, I'm aware. Question is, what meat's gonna get grinded? So.
It's about as narrow as drop as it gets.
A little bit.
Ow! Shut up! When I want you to talk, I'll tell you. How's she doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're shooting this Watergate. Yes. Yeah, let me reach in my back pocket. My back pocket.
I will reach for it. Don't fight.
I can't. I'm tied up. I grab him and I throw him on the ground. Reach in the pocket. There you go, buddy.
And for the record, I'm aware there was an Obi-Wan joke there, but I just feel like in my experience, no such thing.
Oh, when Obi-Wan comes out on
It's a little,
in the Clone Wars as a fighter, I'm totally getting 2 pegs and putting him up higher than everybody else because he's gonna have the high ground all the time.
I hope that they have an Obi-Wan squadron where he takes a penalty because he hates flying, but all the squadrons around him get like a benefit to defense. Or he has defense tokens, but he can't spend them. Only people in range 1 of him can.
Yes, it's huge. So if somebody's made a deal with some of us, that doesn't mean all of us know.
You guys don't know that. Probably not.
I mean, this is where people agree with it.
Oh.
Like, this is where
I'm gonna take a slight risk here. Gonna activate a squadron with the VSD.
Well, considering that one of us attacked the other, I don't know, you're really qualified to yell at us about morality.
Is that gonna put me within range 1? No, so I'll just bump that up just a little further. That should put me in range 1. Okay. IG88 will go against the Hawk. I ignore counter and escort.
Cool. I just wanted to look at the.
It's okay. So I will go against the Hawk.
Don't you have to do the X-wing?
No, I ignore counter and escort.
Oh, you literally just said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so 2 damage against the Hawk.
Okay. Rude. Okay.
Yeah, deal with it. We will move Jendon.
And I get counter too, so I get a.
No,
Oh, you ignore counter.
counter.
You just told me that.
Yeah,
But Intel still makes him IG88 heavy.
correct. So I will move Jendon, and I will once again go against the Hawk for 2.
And that's where the guy where you have your dude make the attack instead of you.
Yes. So Hawk is gone.
Yeah. Sometimes you eat the bar. Sometimes the bar eats you.
Yeah. It is what it is. Thing is, IG88's
Get a pretty good attack against it with wedge.
She will, but IG88 served its purpose now, which was to basically eliminate Intel. So I got one more squadron I can move. I will move Dengar. Is it 1 to 2? It's 1 to 2, so.
I could hear. You can hear the disdain. I can feel the disdain a mile away.
Okay. And now I will move ESD, which is rolling out at speed 1. And you're up.
Not put boosted comms on. I guess you can't put boosted comms on your bars, can you?
No.
That would be cool.
Well, the reason you can't is because you also can't put rapid launch bay.
Yeah, right. You don't have the.
And good luck trying to get those out at speed 2 to where combat's happening. You might get 10 now, but that would be
He's actually growling at me.
No, I think what we want to do.
Turns out he was the bad guy. His whole thing was to get himself
And you've done all your ships, or you still have the Gozanti?
I still have the Gozanti.
he hated America.
I think we're gonna do the MC80. And it's got a navigate dial, and I can put the measurement tool out now. I just can't lock it into the side, and I can decide if I want to drop speed after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're such a jerk. I'm so mad at you right now.
That was the point of dropping
No,
those.
I mean, I get it, but I'm so mad at you right now.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I was deploying all the asteroids like that.
I mean, it makes sense, but you're a jerk. Alright, so.
My wife still loves me.
Well, she swore an oath. I believe she's kind of in for the count at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
One would hope. That's going to be hard not to overlap your fighters over the asteroid. You're going to probably overlap one, if not both. I mean, I can see one way that you could avoid it, but no, actually, no, not even that way.
I can see a way.
That she could avoid overlapping an obstacle and her fighters?
Yeah.
So you do realize
I think I might see the way you're talking about. But that kind
I'm gonna
of...
start screwing up my.
Well, I mean, you turn like that, you're basically locking it out of most of the fight.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
because well no, it's just like because since this is well you can put in stuff that
Alright, well, I think what we're going to do is drop to speed. I'm just going to move this and this one. Speed 2, or speed 1. That H right there.
because I think there's
No, you did manage to pull it off.
And
For now.
this guy was unaffected. Nick, do you think I overlapped this?
I don't know. Could I see something just for funds?
Yeah, yeah.
Just for funds. Yeah. That's what I would have done.
Mm.
But that's me. Because then with this, I have the arc facing where I want to. I kind of commit this to a certain activation order, but I'm completely clear of all obstacles now. And I'm not overlapping my fighters. My fighters are still going to be able to do everything. So anyway, that was just for fun. Did you see? So like that's what I would have done. Because then you put your arc facing all of his stuff. You're not overlapping any of your fighters, and then you're not going to be overlapping obstacles any other time.
Yeah, I looked
coming
at
up.
trying to come that way. I didn't think I could.
Yeah, you just do the two. Since you had the navigate command, you could do the 2 clicks at the first, and then click out here. But as is, you went just forward one, just straight.
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't think you overlapped him.
Yeah, I don't think you overlapped any.
So that's yeah.
Yeah, now I think I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm gonna end up kind of cutting that way anyway, so it would have been more efficient to do it.
Well, and
Sharp.
you're going to have a heck of a time making that turn without overlapping the asteroid now.
Because now you're speed 1.
Even if you dial up to 2,
Yeah.
you're still going to clip on the back.
But
Shit.
Well,
Well, I
live and
learned
learn.
lots of
Live and
stuff when I
learn.
play Armada, especially with.
I try to
Folks
point.
so
I
much
try
better
to.
than I.
I try to point things out just to.
No, and I appreciate it because that's the thing is like I don't mind losing, but I would hate for someone to like beat me and not
Learn something.
like explain why that was a. You know, sometimes you just get outplayed, but like if I do something that's obviously not optimal, I definitely.
Okay, because Anti has a squadron command. Oh, I think we can get you in engagement range. So I will move Morna. Right there, which should put a wedge in range. Sweet. All right.
Defense damage from these squadrons. I always forget that.
That would be useful. All right, so Morna will go. It's 3 black.
Three blacks.
Yep. And let's see, that was a hit crit, and then I will spend her token to reroll and get another hit. So that's 3 against Wedge.
Okay, we'll brace that. 2.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing,
Yeah, Morna's insane.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
I can see that.
And then
yeah, why would they, why would you want, why are you on the fence about path and swords?
Because I have to. Path, so target Zana.
Yeah.
Zana targets everything. So path, against path, is you target their token. Monastery Mentor. Target your monastery Mentor. Then you go part one. Target the token.
can I actually do this?
So it replaces itself and gets you left.
It might be just out of range. Yeah. Gosh dang it, it's not working. No, I think that's just barely within range. I don't know, what do you think?
You're asking if those two are engaged?
Yeah, I mean, I've bumped them a couple of times, so I've put them back to kind of where I'm pretty sure they were, but, I mean, it looks like they're
Do
in
you have
range.
my distance? Nope, I've got it right here. I say yes.
Okay.
I'd like to say no, but I say yes.
Alright, so Decimator has 3 black, 2 hits.
Okay. We'll brace that to 1.
And then Gozanti is moving along at speed 1, so we will just keep chugging along. Okay, you're up.
Alright, so we'll do the Quantum Storm. Got a squadron command. I don't know that I have any of the. Yeah, I'll just take the token.
Really? Interesting. But I mean, I think you're right. I don't think you can really.
I mean, I could move one of them, but it's just not worth it.
Well, you have boosted comms on it, don't you?
No, that's on the other one. Oh no, I have it on both.
Yeah, I gave you 2 boosted comms.
Okay, so let me reconsider that actually. Do you mind?
No, I don't-
honestly
I don't
thought
mind.
I didn't I thought
I don't mind. Like I said, casual game, so.
see, I could get all 3 of them.
But you can only activate 2.
Right. I could get the both of them.
I think you could even hit Wedge if you wanted.
It's long range or distance 5.
They're the same thing.
That was a test, boys. You passed. Yeah, I think he's got wedged. God, I keep bumping everything. Yeah, I think you're right. I think wedge is an option, and I think that's what I want to do. Is so let's so we'll spend it, and we'll activate wedge. And let me come look at your fighters so I will make sure I don't. Do you have any of those like weird guys? It's like if you don't attack this dude, then you get damage. What that guy?
No, I don't have Sunterfell. But everything there has counter. 2, 3, 2. At least I'm pretty sure the other one does, because that should be within range too, Dengar.
Well, I guess we'll go for Morna Key. She seems like the most dangerous.
Yep. Okay.
And they've all activated, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I get 5 blues or 6 blues.
Yes, you do.
And they're all gonna be hits.
You were saying? So that's 2.
So, and then, which one of these guys do I have Torn Far on?
So,
The Nebulon. Delightful.
Yeah, out of range.
Close enough. So, yeah.
So that's
3, 4 damage.
No, that's 2.
2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So 2
And I'll
damage,
lock
but
down whatever.
the brace.
Yeah.
Counter 2. That's 1.
So what I would have done is I would have waited because you know Wedge is in range, so he could attack during the squadron phase. So I would have waited
Yeah, that makes
on
sense.
Wedge, and then you could have moved Torn Far up,
It's 10
And-
nub, not Torn Far.
and then, well,
Or
you
I'm
could
sorry,
move, you could
Torn-
move Torn
yeah,
Far up,
that's what
but
I
I would
mean.
move. I would have moved.
You mean the Nebulon, yeah.
I would have moved
Yavaris.
Yavaris to get into range to let
And then
him re-roll because you know he's going to be able to attack during the squadron phase.
And I'll be honest, I kind of baited you.
I've
with
never.
that.
Yeah, this time you really are a jerk, Nate. Taking advantage of the new girl. I've been
I was
playing
just
for
suggesting a
4
potential
months.
option. It's not on me that you took my advice.
Well, gee, mister, you just seem so smart. I gotta do whatever you say. But yeah, I've never run Yavaris either, so I imagine I'm gonna learn a bunch tonight.
Yavaris is tricky. It can be extremely effective, but it is tricky.
Alright, so we'll activate 10 nub. Who's the other one? No.
Would he be able to get in range?
No, I'm just gonna keep all the B-Wings together. I don't want anyone to get jumped like Wedge did.
Something to consider though is that, I mean, you have the only one that he has rogue is that other decimator,
Uh-huh.
and then you can check where 10 nub can get before you decide to activate.
But you're only pushing him 2, so it's not very far.
Yeah, but that's the thing is they're slow, so like as much as I can get.
But see, I mean, he can get to the fight
And he gets to attack all of them.
if he gets a crit.
Yeah, if he gets the
that's what-
crit.
If he gets the blue crit.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
But I don't think you could get to Morna. I think you end up on the asteroid. No.
And a weird
But it wouldn't
thing you
matter
could
because
do.
I don't have to.
You could overlap the asteroid, and then
Just
your
stick
attack
out.
your attack would be obstructed,
Uh-huh.
and you only have two blue dice anyway. And if you're just fishing for the double splash, you could get the double splash.
And then-
Plus that protects you from attacks, and you can't be engaged, so you can move later. So that's awesome.
How does that work with counter?
Counter's still obstructed.
Okay.
So like you don't even have to peek out if you like.
So she can still attack from in there?
Yeah, you can still
Well,
attack.
it's
It's just
obstructed.
it's still considered
But I'm gonna
obstructed.
dump my black rice and roll 2 blues,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get a crit because then I can do 1 damage to everybody
Yeah.
within.
And then that way, when anybody attacks her back, it's also obstructed, and she can't be engaged because she's in the field.
So where's my distance one? Oh, I'm so disorganized.
I think that would hit everyone.
Because if I do it to her, then it gets.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure it hits everyone.
Give me that crit.
No.
Counter 1? Nothing.
I do 1 damage though, so
Yep.
that's super cool. Then we'll move this. You watch time?
I'm out of ships.
All right.
So
My turn.
Yavaris goes.
Gotta navigate. Take. Well, I can look at stuff before I decide what I want to do with it. Right?
You got to decide right now before you put the dial.
Oh, okay.
Before what you're doing with the command.
Gotcha.
Are you taking the command or taking the dial?
Got it.
Or sorry, are you taking the command or the token?
We will take the token.
Now, if I move Morna onto the asteroid field, that would make it not obstructed? Is
It's
that-
still obstructed
Oh, it's still
because it's
obstructed?
through the you're tracing it through the, and then you're still not engaged because obstruction blocks engagement.
Gotcha.
So using asteroids to basically let your squadrons not get engaged and also to like take less damage back is something that can be done that's kind of interesting.
Hold on, I'm just looking for something. Where did my close one go? Where did my close one of these go?
I don't know. You used my distance one earlier. I've got
No,
mine.
it's
over
not
here.
the distance, it's the range.
Oh, I'm sorry. And ours are a similar color, but like the markings on them are different enough. I think I'd spot it right away. I don't see it over here.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, feel free.
This one might actually be mine. Yeah, I think this one's mine. Unless, did you get it from Litco?
I did.
Okay, then never mind. It might be yours.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I have this whole
Yeah,
set
okay.
over here, but I think that one is mine because
Okay. No, we'll figure it out. So close. Okay. Oh, here. You are welcome. Thanks. So close. All right, squadron phase, right?
yes.
I'm losing stuff all over the place today.
Oh, and wedge. And 10 have already gone. And they're the only ones I've activated, right? Yeah.
Okay, we'll jump Jonas up there. And then move that decimator over there.
Cool.
I gotta figure out where I put that. That's gonna drive me insane. Oh, I guess I never
I
took it out.
jumped both B-wings forward up to be with wedge.
Okay.
And then do you have more squads?
No.
Then I will do the rest of mine.
All right, that's a round.
I'm so dumb. Not that far. Just a little dumb.
I have to admit, I'm a little.
We're learning stuff. We're making mistakes. We're thinking about playoff hockey later.
Playoff what?
Hockey? The Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, okay.
The San Jose Sharks and
Well, no, I know what hockey is. I
Oh,
just
okay.
wasn't sure what you were exactly getting at.
I'm watching my hockey team later tonight.
Ah, okay.
Mostly.
Pretty sure. Yep. I see what's going on here.
You see the city in the distance.
And this was at speed 3. All right. Well, if I'm gonna need to use it before I lose it because I know exactly what's about to happen here. So we'll go with the Raider.
Makes sense.
Well, you've got Nora. That's gonna strip shields down really quick.
Yeah, I was hoping to get that over to the interdictor, but
Yeah. Well,
we'll see how she goes.
that we will. All right. So let's see how this happens. So we will start. Obviously, flak attack. Oh, actually, hold on. You're lucky. I think you only got one B-wing squadron in range, or in arc on my side. Yeah.
Yay!
Well, which you also have on an X-wing stand.
I'm sorry?
You also have that B-wing on an X-wing stand.
Oh my goodness, let me find it.
It doesn't matter. It's the same health. So
Oh, is it really?
yeah, they're both 5.
Well, sorry about that.
It's not a big deal. All right, so we'll go for generic X-wing first. You know what? We will ordnance experts. There's the crit. So flechettes and 1 damage.
And what does Flechette do?
Activates it.
Oh, you're such a dick. And that's the generic?
Yes,
2 damage, you said?
1, because I have to spend this die.
Oh, you spend the whole die. Got it.
From what I understand, yes.
I'll
You may
put-
spend 1 black dice with a crit icon. So yeah,
Sure, that makes sense. And that makes it a little less OP.
yeah. All right, so generic B-wings, right behind these ones. There's the crit, so 1 damage and activated. Yes, that's why I bring it. All right, other generic B-wings, these ones. Ordnance experts. There's the crit. No damage though. Nora, because it's unique in Agent Callus, I get an extra die, so there's the crit and 2 damage to Nora.
We'll brace that.
Yeah, you may as well. She's got 2 of them. All right, and then front attack to those generic B-wings. Ordnance experts. 1 damage.
And that's the lone one to not be activated.
For now, but that's the one that's also in my side arc.
Okay.
So, let's see. There's the crit, so 1 more damage to it.
No, I didn't need to toggle, but
That's what I was going to point out, but I was like, well, it's in the side arc, so there's a decent chance I could get it. And then Impetuous, at the end of your attack step, choose one of your hull zones. You may perform an attack against one enemy squadron from that hull zone, even if you have already attacked from that zone this round. So, to Nora, from the front. Let's see, 1, 2, and then I will... So that's 3 damage to Nora.
we'll brace it again. So 2.
Yep. Whew! Oh! Oh, thank you, Xenu. I just activated every one of these squadrons. Flechettes are OP.
We're good.
That
Gotta get them to go off. But
What?
when you get them to go off.
I only missed 1 on that front flak attack, and then on the side attack, because it was the only one in arc, I was able to pull that off. And even if I hadn't been able to, I could have still screeded it to be able to guarantee that, so...
Make a move.
Yep, I will. Don't you worry about that. I'm just deciding what is the best move to
Sandwich
do.
smells incredible, Nick.
It really
Should have
does.
told me you were going. Would have had you grab your one.
It really does smell quite good.
Absolutely.
You know what? I think he's going to overlap a few things, but I think that's going to overlap Nora and that B-wing. But
I mean, I'm going to end up putting them very close to those.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's kind of why I did that, because I wanted you to put them close so I can. Next round. Hmm?
It basically locks him into activating that first if he wants it to live. So that means you can go first with something else.
Which is true. I mean, it's a risk that I have to take.
No, it's-
but
That's the other thing.
It's a ticky-tacky, so, like, if you know that if he wants that to live, you can threaten something else.
All right, so
But in the end, it's just a raider. It's not that expensive. So.
we'll activate Yavaris. We've got a squadron command.
And this is the risk that I figured I'd.
So we'll do nub to scary lady, whatever her name is.
Morna?
Yes, Morna key.
Okay.
So it's obstructed, so we'll drop the black dice. 2 damage.
I will brace that to 1 and counter 1. Nothing.
Okay. And then we'll activate Wedge. Oh no, he gets to go again because he's not moving, so we'll do the same
Yeah.
thing. There we go. So that's 1 hit against.
That's 1 crit against everything else. That's 1 damage to everything else, but not the initial target, right?
Correct.
Okay. Real quick, counter 1.
Mine.
Gosh, man, I can't get counter on anything from 1.
So yeah, everything within distance 1 suffers 1.
Yep.
Wedge. And Wedge is going to go after key 6 blue. Oh no, because he
4.
had 4 because they haven't activated yet.
Yep.
Something
I
you
should have done that the other
Something
way.
you could have done with 10 is you have Torn in range, so you could have fished for the crit. Because Torn's on your.
Oh, because I could have done 2 to each one instead of.
Because you could have rolled the blue, and because you got the 2 damage, you could have re-rolled one of them to try and get a crit. But
Yeah, too late now.
Mhm.
I keep thinking, I'm so used to having Tor and Far and Flotillas, I keep forgetting she's on the Varus. So we'll Tor and Fire this one. So 4 damage.
Take that to 2, counter. Gosh, dang it! You have 1 job, Morna. You just need to get
You
the.
activated 5 of my squadrons. I don't want to hear you complain about dice.
He has
for at
1
least
health
10
left. If you would just get that 1 health, he would have lived.
and we'll do same target.
So, well, for all the. There's the damage. So Wedge is gone. If you'd gotten that last round, you'd still be alive.
Well, I'm glad they did not.
Yeah. I can still make use of Jendon. So.
Alright, so. Where's my laser pointer?
Yeah,
Here.
that's why I take the entire time thinking about the guards.
Yeah, you know, you got me dual arced.
Yeah, the front one's really the only thing I care about, though. And I can attack the same hull zone, they just have to come from different hull zones on my end, right?
Yes.
So I can attack you on the front with both.
You can attack me on the front and on. You can attack my front with both your front and side, but like.
That's what I mean, yeah. Yeah.
But like, if you had, I know you can't have it on there, but like, if you had gunnery team, you couldn't attack, like, my side and my front from your front. You'd have to have a different hull zone.
Cool. Alright, so we'll do the side one first. That's a red and a blue.
Okay.
So I will Torn.
Torn.
Just another shit gun.
It's another.
So 1
ship,
damage and I'll lock down. What do you got? Your evade. You can cancel 1 die at medium range, or make me re-roll a die.
I can make you re-roll a die.
Yeah, I'll cancel. I'll block your evade.
You know what, I'll take it for now.
Then we'll do the nose gun. 3 reds. Give me those doubles. There we go. 5 and a crit.
All right. Well, we will re-roll one of those doubles.
I'm just gonna roll a double.
Yeah,
again.
there we go. No, you're not. And then I'm going to brace. That'll go down to 4 or to 2, and I will redirect to the side. Freaking Morna, you needed to get 1 damage on that freaking counter, and you could live and
I've screwed this up so badly.
Yeah.
That interdictor threw me for a whole loop, and I don't think I'm ever gonna recover.
You
and
mean
I
the
didn't. Yeah.
you mean the obstacles rearranging?
With that and crowding me all the way over here, I mean, honestly, it might have been better to just deploy at speed 0 with a couple of things, spend the move token.
Well, if I could have
and like,
points.
because a slower paced battle doesn't necessarily hurt me, because I really just need to start getting.
Well, one thing you could have done that would have cleared up a little more space is I really think Quantum Storm would have been fine deploying there, because with the extra movement, you spend that one command to move, and you're not going to be pushing
that's a title
squadrons
I've
then
never
anyway.
used, so like I forget about, especially in the 600-point game. There's so
Yeah.
much to keep. Anyway, we're gonna learn a lot. It'll be fun.
Yeah, so like Quantum Storm, I would have probably put there just because you're not really losing much. You're spending one dial, and then you're out, and you basically went at speed 2.
The thing is, I've got the Avaris moving too fast, which makes sense because I usually play Nebulons as snipers, but then I'm realizing, like, the whole point of that is to be by. I don't know that there's any avoiding the frag at this point. Let's give it a try. I don't think that'd be well. Alright, we're gonna drop to speed 2. Oh, oops, sorry. So if I tried to execute this and didn't work, I would drop back to the 1,
Yeah,
because we'd ram.
correct.
I think that's the least bad of my bad options. Just move that for a second. So yeah, that would ram and then drop back to there. This gets displaced, and we will take a damage.
Yep. Okay.
I think what you could have done is you could have faded into the front of the Gladiator, so you would have only been in the front. But
That probably would have been your best option.
because you
So
could have.
still ram it, but then just try
Well,
to
you,
line up.
you don't even have to ram it, but like, I think was this what you made, or
Yeah, I think so.
was it a click here as well?
I would-
I don't remember.
I think it was a click.
Was it a click?
I think so.
Is it okay if I check just for? So you come back here. It might have actually still been a double, so I guess.
Yeah, I
didn't
think it
really
would have been
matter.
a double.
So it didn't really matter, but I mean, if you had to navigate, you might have could have gotten the front, but. Anyway.
And then that it displaced that.
Yeah, so.
that squad.
No, I mean, I'll just leave it right there, so. But the good news is that I can't get a side shot off on you. The bad news is I can very much get a front shot off on you. Which I might do. Hmm. Yeah, you know what? We will go with the VSD. It's got a squadron command. So first things first. Let's see what we can get rid of here.
I'm sure a bunch of stuff that's gonna ruin my day.
No, it's not gonna be pretty. I'll tell you that much. Well, I I will move IG88 into engagement since I have intel on 10 nub. And we will go for that B-wing. For a whopping 1 damage. IG88. You know what? Let's we will move Crimson over there. For 2 damage. On the,
This one?
yeah.
2, you said?
And you know what? I think. Can I see your 2 ruler? It's right there. Thanks. So that still gives them an extra counter. We'll have IG88 go again and see what we can do. So against that generic B-wing. And seriously, 1 damage.
To this one?
Yeah. Not what I was hoping for, but I can live with that. Let's see.
I'm hearing voices. No, you said bad things about me. You just rambled.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna pop decaps just yet because I don't need to do that. All right, and then this will go. I have a front shot to your side, so front to your side on the net B. So it's 2 crit. Jonas lets me change that to an accuracy, which QTCs gives me a 2nd accuracy, and then Warlord will let me change that 2nd accuracy to a 2-hit. So lock down your evade.
Walk me through that process again.
Okay, so this was a blank
Uh-huh.
right here. Jonas, when I'm attacking an enemy ship within distance 1,
Uh-huh.
will let me change 1 die to an accuracy. I
And that's
believe
your
it-
commander?
No, that's the bomber right here.
Oh, okay.
So he will let me change 1 red die to an accuracy.
'Kay.
Or I think it's just 1 die.
Just 1 die.
Yeah, it's 1 die. So then QTCs, while attacking, if at least 1 red die face has an accuracy icon, add 1 die set to the accuracy icon to your attack pool. So accuracy there. Then Warlord, while attacking, you may change 1 die face with an accuracy icon to a face with a hit icon, which can be a 2-hit. So that is now 5 damage.
Jeez. And what are you locking down?
Your evade.
Dick. So I'll
Well,
brace-
you have 2 braces. What's the point of locking down 1? I'm not that nice.
You just could.
I'm a nice person. I'm not that nice.
So we'll brace it to 3, and that's on where?
Your side, yeah. One of which is a crit.
I don't have any redirects.
So that's 2 damage, 1 bit in the face up.
Structural damage.
Alright, and I do have a side shot. So,
From where?
VSD.
Really?
At least last time I measured it out.
But doesn't that, like, cross over your front arc?
I don't think so. No,
You
the
can
question is,
draw a line of sight through your own arc as long as
Oh, but you are out of arc, so I apologize. I do not have the side shot.
That's what I thought.
Okay. My bad. Do I have anything else I can do? No, that's gonna be out of range. So yeah, still rolling at speed 1, so we will.
And I suppose that you just walked up to them and told them to get out of the city or something like that. No.
We will do that. You're up.
I don't think we should order them to go and fight his way out.
I like none of my.
Your options aren't great.
No, it's
I'll be honest.
I believe the word they generally use here is clusterfuck.
That is one
Can
way
I
to
say
describe
that on
it.
the recording? Am I allowed to do that? Sorry, kids at home. I know we have.
I'm the one who gets
I'm not-
chastised about making jokes on Ron,
I'm
Jeremy,
not-
and Smurfette, and yet she can get away with the F-bomb multiple times.
I'm
Depending
not-
on the.
I'm not monetized.
Fair enough.
It's just a.
God, that was the most beautiful sentence I've ever heard. Overheard.
See, this is why I really like the Imperials.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not that I think my fleet couldn't compete with yours. I just think with the deployment I have and the way the ops,
It didn't help.
It's such a mess now.
You were really kind of backed into a corner. And I agree. I think
And now that it's one of those games. It's like once you have it happen to you once, like the next time I run into interdictors and that, like I'm gonna play so much better. So it's cool. We'll activate the Corvette. We've got a Confire. Which isn't gonna do me much good.
you do have me double arced, but I believe
Long range there, maybe?
I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be at long. Yeah.
So we could throw some reds at you. So let's go ahead
You
and do
can.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. If I can't hit your
Front
MC30,
arc
there's
to
no way.
rear arc. I know, but I've had given up shots that I could have made by not checking. So now I check even when it's totally obvious.
Yeah. No. You're not wrong. It's not a wrong thing to do.
All right.
Oh, Gen activated.
So out the front, that, and then I will spend one of my evades to turn this into a double hit with TRCs. So that's 3 damage to the rear.
Evade the double hit.
So 1 damage,
Yep.
and then out the side we get the 1 red dice. 1 more damage,
You have a Confire command.
and I will use my Confire command to add another red die to that. And we'll change that to a double too.
No, you can't. You can only do it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not on the card.
It's not on the card, but it was nerfed
Oh, okay.
to be that
no,
way.
no, that makes sense. So 2 damage, 1 of which is incredible.
I will evade the crit.
Okay, so 1 damage. Strip those shields.
Okay. Now have fun moving that thing.
So moving at 3. I think we want to drop to speed 2.
Which one is this again? That's Quantum Storm.
Yes.
Okay.
Storm.
And that's moving at 2.
Yes.
Okay. So can I point one thing out to you
Sure.
that I would have done this round personally?
Uh-huh.
You should have used Hondo.
Oh, I forgot all about him.
The reason being is that you could have tossed a squadron token over to Yavaris and then been able to activate a 3rd one and gotten even more bang out of it, because it's not going to last in the next round. I mean, I will tell you right now, I will make sure that thing does not last.
I mean, I don't blame you.
That is supposed to be 2. Well, even it's got what, 3 damage right now? The Yavaris?
Yeah, it's toast.
Yeah, I mean, well, all I need is a black crit, and I've got ACMs. That's 1 damage immediately pumped into your side, which has no shields on it. And then any damage beyond that is just icing on the cake. And so,
And has the interdictor gone yet?
it has not.
I hate everything about life right now. And it's mostly your fault. But that's okay, because it's
It was a fair move. I have to admit, that was fun to be able to move that around.
yeah, I will. I don't doubt that.
Oh. That Corvette's not in for a happy time.
No, it's not. Your turn.
Mm-hmm. That'd be.
He is another halfling staying at the River Shining Tower. No, in here, in town. See, one of the things that we do towards that help keep the cabin afloat is we have a hunting archer. The problem is,
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Gozanti. I'm gonna try something a little crazy here. So, Squadron Command, I will bounce, or I will go to Jonas, and he will swing for the side of the Nabi for damage, which gives me a victory token because you can't redirect that. So, and then from there,
Which are you activating now?
Jonas. Oh, the Gozanti. Oh yeah, I easily got range on that. So now the question is,
The thing before the reroll, that's just a thing he gives to ships when he's nearby. It's not something he does on his turn.
pardon?
The reroll thing,
I'm not sure what you're asking.
where you like flipped a red over earlier.
No, that's the title effect for the VSD.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I guess I should have expected 600 points to be quite gnarlier, but it's even more gnarly than I would have guessed. But then again, not an optimal start for me.
all right, and then so red eye into the side of the Neb B, and there's the damage I need. I should take it out because you have 4 on there already, right? Yeah. So
Yep.
sweet, that worked out better than I anticipated.
Certainly one interpretation of events.
What?
I said that is certainly one interpretation of events.
Yes, that is my interpretation of events, which, like I said, worked out better than I anticipated. Okay, you're up.
Alright, so we will activate Quantum Storm. We've got a Squadron Command, which we'll use to activate both B-Wings.
Which are engaged, so.
Yeah, so they're going to shoot their shots at... And do these both have counter?
Mm-hmm.
Although I think this one probably is... I think they're only engaged with this to this and this to that. So I think this guy has to.
Well, I think that one is engaged with IG-88 as well, if you want to go with that one. But that's up to you.
And they all have counter?
These two do. I think, well, I need your... He barely has counter. He's just
Because
counter 1.
Dengar confers it to him.
Yeah, that's why Morna had
Okay,
counter
so
2.
we'll have them both go for IG-88 then, I guess.
Okay.
Since he's at 4 health or 3?
4.
4. So 2 damage, and I'll Tor and Far this one.
And Tornfar's dead. It was on the.
Yeah,
it was
that's,
on-
Well,
so that was a crit.
yeah, it was a crit.
Okay, so scatter, and then IG-88's got counter 3 because of Dengar for 2 damage.
and I'll have the other one do the same thing.
Okay.
So IG-88. So 3 damage.
Also scatter. Burn that. Nothing. It has 1 health. You have 1 job.
Yeah.
1 job. 1 singular job. And you're not doing it.
Yeah, sorry, that today's session kind of ended on a flat note, but.
You know what? I'll put that one right there. Okay, so now. Jeez. You barely got out of that range. Hmm. Alright, we'll go with the interdictor. It has a nav command, which I will deal with in a second here. I have a front shot to your front, which is 1 red, 3 blue. So, sweet. Didn't even have to screed it. So 5 damage, also HIEs. So that's gonna.
Order high HIEs.
So 1 shield lost on the
What is that? What does that stand for?
high.
Can I
Heavy
just see
ion
the
emplacements.
card?
Heavy
I'm not familiar
ion
with it.
emplacements.
Yeah, it's right here.
Thank you.
How hard is it to find the reason? You're like, oh, giants are killing me.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So you exhaust that and it doesn't spend the crit either. It just
No, it
does
spends the crit. I mean, I still get the damage, but it spends the crit ability.
It's the critical
And
effect
you're
in the
attacking
pool.
what
is
ship?
That's the only one I can attack. So
So it takes one, and then the 2 adjacent take one.
yes, and then we start dealing with damage. So you've got 5 that you're dealing with there.
And we're at medium range, so I'll have you re-roll the double.
Yeah, I figured. Accuracy doesn't matter. So you've got 3.
Okay, and then redirect. How much do I have on the front there? I guess.
And you've got 1 on each side that you can. So that's still 1 damage that's going to get punched through.
And is that a crit?
It's just a face down.
It's just a face down because I used the crit effect on the with the HIE.
Cool.
So.
But you were there, mercenaries,
This was a navigate. So if I do that.
Right now, I am single-minded. If I get
You're up.
Alright, so we're going to activate the torpedo frigate. I really hoped I had a maneuver, but I guess not. Jeez. Alright, so we've got Confire, which I don't know that's going to help me, but we'll see.
Oh, wait, no, that's right. Sorry, I got confused on color coordination. I was
Sure.
like- this one's gone, right? This B-Wing?
No, I thought I pulled the one you killed. No, because you missed, right? You were like, you had one job, and you were really mad about it.
I know, but I thought you attacked with it, is what I'm saying. Didn't you do a squadron command with Quantum Storm?
Oh, you mean activated? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm sorry. When you said gone, I thought you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes, thank
so
you.
both of them, I think,
Uh-huh,
have been
thank you.
activated. Okay.
that's all the references. They were the Captain Hammer fan squad. They had this one encounter where they were traveling to the flag.
So I'm gonna pick up a bunch of these.
Cloud Dragon was essentially King Candy. And his castle, his floating castle, no, not castle, it was a wizard's tower, with appropriate wizard hat.
Interesting.
Oh, these are all just kind of grouped in. I don't remember exactly. If you feel like you need
I
a.
don't know.
No, that works with me. Well, that doesn't make things interesting, but still survivable.
I mean, the idea is hopefully you have to decide between fucking with my B-Wings, or screwing with my B-Wings the first round again, or letting the torpedo frigate dump nasty side shots on both of those, hopefully.
Well, I mean, if I screw with your bearings, it's only going to get a nasty side shot on one thing, because my radar
Right,
will
right.
get the hell out of dodge. So,
They are absolutely ridiculous.
But if you run at that angle, you're not circling back around.
With a Raider.
Oh, yeah.
you'd be surprised what a raider can do.
I've never flown one, so
Oh, this
you're
was a 2.
absolutely right. I would be surprised.
Just remember.
Do you have more ships, or is it?
I have the GSD, so I'm just kind of looking at things right now as I stand.
I'm gonna use the rest of it.
Okay, and you have the MC80 left, is that correct?
And the Bright Hope.
Okay.
Quantum Storm went.
That's right.
But yeah, so you essentially got King Candy versus
Sorry, where were we?
I've got a navigate command for the GSD.
Of course you do.
Of course it.
Gotta get that move and shoot.
Well, I'd like to, but I think the smartest thing I could do would be to stay safely away from you for now. So.
And not to mention, it doesn't, you can flip it at any time.
So I'll do that. And then engine techs. And that should keep
Very
me.
nice.
I'm not sure if I'm still in long range, but that's only 3 dice that you're rolling. 3 red I can live with.
Okay.
So, you're up.
Okay. MC80's got a squadron.
For all your activated squadrons.
Yeah, so we'll take a token. We'll take that, it's just gonna be the one side shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 3 red to your nose.
Okay.
So 3 damage, and I will lock down your, what do you got over there, which,
All of them are exhausted.
lock down the redirect.
Okay. Burn the evade for the 2 hit.
Should I re-roll that?
No, it's at long range.
It's long range, so it gets rid of it.
Oh, God. I thought we were at medium range.
No, if we
No,
were.
but we were at, obviously we're at long. Okay.
Hence why I made sure to stay
Yeah,
in
yeah.
long range.
It makes sense. And I don't think I have any of your squadrons out in the front, are they?
You might.
Overlap that thing. I've screwed this up so badly.
Yeah, you're not. With all due respect, you're really not in a great spot.
I mean, I think I'm gonna overlap no matter what, right?
Yep.
And so that one's
That's a
Face
face
up.
up.
get powered on. You cannot attack at long range.
Yes! Thank you, Xenu!
I would also put the ship so that it was tilting this way, because now he can come into your rear. But if you tilted it this way, if he came this way, you'd have that side arc, and then you still have this other side arc facing that way.
Sure.
Yeah, because
So
you
it's
basically now locked out your second arc. So, no, it's a learning experience thing. So,
Alright.
so I still have Dengar.
Well,
I've
he's got a.
Oh, that's right. You still have your other
She has the GR75.
for the squadrons.
It does nothing. Right now.
Gosh, I love Flechettes.
Such a jerk. Alright, now we're to squadrons.
For the one squadron I have, I've got Dengar, who well, that's not engaged, but I think they are. So I will drop Dengar. Would that do it? I think that would put that squadron at range 1.
Well, if it's through the ship, it's obstructed, so it blocks engagement.
Oh, so this is the. Sorry. So this one's not even engaged anyway. The bomber. Oh, perfect. Okay. Well then I will drop Dengar right here. Oh yeah, that's range 2. So everyone gets counter.
Fun.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep. So next round. Alright, Interdictor, you are probably going to take a bit of hurt this round, I'm going to be honest. But I think you'll pull through. If I had to wager a hunch. Why you'd wager a hunch, I'm not sure, but if I had to wager a hunch. Alright, you ready? Okay.
Oh no, I'm not. Not at all. Sorry.
You're sitting there.
Let me just do all the stuff I gotta do. Real fast.
It's any consolation. You're technically, well, actually, I'm only 3 points ahead right now.
Okay.
Because I've got
that
the 2.
sounds like accurate.
Well, because you took out Morna, but I've got 2 victory tokens. So I'm only 3 points ahead.
Well, but you also have White Nebulon and X-Wing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Never mind.
So
I forgot
maybe
that
not
I-
quite as close as you think. There.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry. I forgot about Yavaris and Wedge and a generic X-Wing. My bad.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this should come as no surprise. Well, think about it. I'm not gonna let all this have its chance. So, all right. So we will start with Nora
And it does 3 as its flak.
with Agent Callus. Yes, because she's unique.
Oh, got it.
Everyone else is too. So ordnance experts. You know what? And I will spend 1 die with Screed to change that to a crit. Spend that, activate Nora, and that's 1 damage.
So 1 damage and she's activated.
Mm-hmm.
And that all made sense to you, Nick?
Yeah.
Cool.
You
Well-
can't use Screed again, but
For the Raider.
yeah.
So, all right, and then to that generic B-Wing. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that because I had Nora double arced. Okay, whatever. All right, so to generic B-Wing out the back. Well, I mean, these are all back out shots right now, so. There's the crit, so Ordnance Experts. No damage, but that B-Wing's activated. Oh, yeah, I got them all. Okay, so to that B-Wing. Ordnance Experts. So spend the crit, and there's 1 damage
Which one is this?
for that one. All right, to that B-Wing, the one with 4 health. Ordnance Experts. That one lives, but it's got 2 damage. That one stays activated or unactivated. And then to the X-Wing. Spend the crit, and there's 1 damage. All right, and then out of the side arc here, I can get both of those, so we'll go for that B-Wing again. So, Ordnance Experts. There's the crit, so it's activated. Whoop. For that X-Wing. There's 1 damage. Ordnance Experts. 2 damage on that X-Wing. And then Impetuous. I will target Nora. So there's 1. Ordnance Experts. 2 damage on Nora.
Embrace it.
Yeah, gosh, 1 more damage. That's all I needed. That seems to be the story of my life this game. Always just need 1 damage. Actually does make things complicated. know what? We'll do that. So that should get me out of at least close range. Yeah. Yeah, that's out of close. So you still have me at medium.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay, so we will activate the torpedo frigate.
Nick seemed like he wanted to say something.
You think I should not activate the torpedo?
I would go with the CR90. Because you can get the CR90 out of trouble. Right now, the interdictor is going speed 1. It could go up to speed 2. If it doesn't go up to speed 2, though, it's going to still be in close range.
But what if he does go?
If he does go up to speed 2, you'll still have a medium range shot, and you can, I don't know what command you have on the MC30, but what you can do is the MC30 can come here, and then again, you threaten him at the beginning of the next turn. You're saying, activate this or it dies. So then you force him to either activate that or he can still do, you force a tough decision on him, and that's what you want to do as second player. But it also keeps your CR90 alive, and your CR90 can put some damage on to the interdictor and possibly get away.
He's not wrong.
Well, alright then. Corvette. Got concentrate fire. So we'll do.
I am only in your front arc, though.
Cool. So we'll do a no shot. And we'll add a red die in with the concentrate fire dial.
What's the thing going at right now? 3?
3.
Okay.
Well, that sucks.
It's actually not terrible.
It could be worse.
What are you shooting at? You're shooting at his front or side?
You said nose.
So
The front.
you
So-
can make it a double and lock up both of his important defense tokens, his brace and redirect.
Yeah, I'll lock up your brace and your redirect.
And then you can use that to make your TRCs to make that a double. So it's 4 damage.
Oh, I thought you had to trade it a crit, so you can just swap anything. Okay.
Yeah, you can swap.
Yeah, no, you have
have
to spend an
yeah.
evade.
You spend an evade,
Cool.
and then
So yeah, 4 damage, and I'll lock down brace and redirect.
So
I see. I misunderstood that. That's a lot more potent than I figured.
yeah, that's why it was nerfed to only doing it once.
yeah, if
That
you could
makes
spam
sense.
that, it would be a lot
Because
worse.
what would happen is people would use Corvettes double arc and then just always get 2 or 3 damage on every roll. I mean, technically with a Confire, it's possible to get 5 damage out of each arc, which was 10 damage from a CR90, which was just ridiculous.
Especially if you're, throwing
Yeah.
that bar, that would just be unbelievable.
And do you have a nav command or no? It was a Confire.
It was a
You do
Confire.
have a nav token though.
Do you think
so
I want to jump up to speed?
I would.
4
I would jump up.
to 4.
Yeah, to try and get as far away from
Do that,
everything
that's
as
a good idea.
possible. Because if you stay at speed 3, I think that you're
It's a
still going to
blockade
be.
runner, not a blockade walker.
Yeah. I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke, but
It was. I got it.
I think it was supposed to be a joke, but I was like, no.
I understood it. I got where she was going.
That's the thing is people tell me I have a very dry delivery, and they don't always know when I'm joking. But spoiler alert, I'm almost always joking.
You could also try to go that way, which is an option. It puts you out of the fight, but you can also take long range shots at this if you want to.
Okay.
I might put you in a double arc there, but that's not a very good place. I was thinking it might be able to get you a little further out, but maybe not.
The risk you run if you have it at that angle, though, is that you have a very high likelihood of flying off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think what we want to do is curve more like.
That might actually be your best option if you want to keep it with not flying off the board.
What do you think, Nick? Like that?
Yeah, that's probably your best option. It might still die, but at least it got to
Yeah,
go.
because I mean it can get shot at by both, but at least I'm taking side arcs instead of mean ass nose guns.
Yeah. technically I could, but
You should do that.
no, I shouldn't, because I have something different, much more betterer in mind, as they would say.
Betterer.
Dude, pirates.
Betterer.
Yarr.
I thought you were the Empire, not pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean, dude.
I don't remember.
It's a
that
key. No, it's a chest. No, what is it? It is a drawing of a key. It is much more better.
one. I don't remember that.
That was the second one. All right, so right now, where does this may sound? I think my best option is probably to go with the VSD. And here is why. I have a Confire command. Let's see what I can do. Alright, so I'll be taking long range shot on the nose of Quantum Storm.
Okay.
Okay, so. Oh, look at that. So I will use Warlord to swing that up to a 3 damage. And you know what? I will use the Confire for that as well. Of course. Dick.
Okay. And what are you locking down?
Well, the scatter.
Okay. So I'll evade
Ow,
the double,
crap, why did I did not think that through. Okay.
and we'll just take the 1 then.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, no, it's never mind. It's. Wait, no. Can I go back and do that Jonas accuracy? Change that blank dice to a Jonas accuracy, because I never actually used it. I got 2 accuracies on my roll initially.
I don't know the rules well enough to say it. Like,
So he could technically do that, yes.
Yes, because I used the Confire. This came out blank. Use
Oh,
Jonas to
right.
turn this to another accuracy to
Sure.
negate your evade.
So
sure.
it's
Just
3.
remember to be nice next time I forget something.
I've been very nice to you.
Ish.
Maybe not entirely this game, but I have pointed things out to you.
So it'll take 2 damage inside. 1 on the shield, 2 inside.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
1 on the front, and then 2 damage inside. Because it's 3.
Yep. And then I will go side to nose. Let's see what we get here. Hit crit
On that guy.
on the CR90.
And what range are you at?
Medium. I will point out, if you do use the evade and force me to reroll, it is possible.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I think I'm just gonna redirect it.
Okay, so then there's going to be 1 crit that you're going to take
And you said you did this to the side or the front?
to the front. So you can redirect the 1, and then there's 1 face up you're going to take.
I bet it's structural damage. Injured crew. Choose and discard one of your defense tokens. Put this face down.
Could be worse. And then I will keep rolling along at speed 1. You're up.
So now the torpedo frigate.
Yeah.
All right. Torpedo frigate, Confire.
Yeah, the reason I held off on the interdictor was because right now you've got me single arced. If I moved it, I'd be doubled.
Sure. So that's
Sounds-
4 blacks and 2 blues. Because the 1 extra for the Confire. And could I go to your front?
don't think so.
No, I think you're. No, you can't. It's on the side.
Cool. Alright, so ATPs.
How do you always do this?
Do you have ordnance experts to reroll your blank?
Seriously, how do you get this kind
You
of
have
luck?
a Confire token if you want.
I do.
Stop helping her!
She's a new player.
She's not that new at this point.
Nicholas.
She's not that new now. She's been playing for like a month and a half.
I've been playing for 5 years.
Some-
So ATP's triggers, you take flip one face up first off. First
And you
full-
have Intel Officer on that guy.
Yeah, so I've never used that before. So
You're
I
gonna
exhaust
wanna-
this, and I tell him he can't spend his brace.
And if he does, it's gone forever.
Okay, so I will use Intel Officer on the brace.
Stop helping her.
And the ATPs, it just triggers. It doesn't spend this.
No, it doesn't.
2,
spend.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage.
Well, I don't really have much of a choice. I have to spend the brace. So I will use the redirect to put.
She has XI7s or X17s.
So then that's 1 damage there, and then. Okay.
And that's 3 damage to that?
Hmm?
So the APT was structural damage, is that what happened?
No, it was an injured crew, so I chose a defense token and.
Oh, gotcha.
Because
So-
he was rammed, I think.
And
by something.
then,
No, it was 1 damage in here because she blocked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So and then
From
the.
the-
You have.
You do have the medium range shot.
and that's blue dice.
Mhm.
So 2 blue. 2 damage to the rear.
Hmm. It's not really gonna change anything. Well, reroll that crit.
Oh, still damage.
All right, so then brace. So that's 1 damage. Okay.
Cool. Now the amazing torpedo frigate hurtling along at speed freaking 4 like a dumbass.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much more it's gonna get in the fight.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I will, but I'm pretty sure its heyday at the interdictor is done. Yeah. Again, hence why I held off on moving it, because I didn't want to be double arced and give you all of that.
What do you think? I don't think I can curve it around, so I might as well just chase after the raider.
Yeah. And then basically at this point you're either that or that, and he's no longer going to have a heyday with this. And with the interdictor so stripped down, your bombers can now really, on the next turn, can really start going for it.
Yay.
Stop helping her. I didn't get this kind of help. I was
I'm
thrown.
bored.
I was
I
thrown
don't
to carry and told swim.
Well, I think it was a tournament.
You should try being the only girl in the group, it helps. Alright, so your turn.
Very much so.
I mean, if I was playing a game, I probably wouldn't be commentating this much but I'm bored, so I have to.
peanut
I have to
gallery.
like proxy play.
You don't have to. You're
I
actively
want to
choosing
proxy
to.
play.
You're very welcome to continue doing so. Thank you, Nicholas. Do you mind if I call you Nicholas, by the
That's
way?
fine. I care not for what I'm called.
Generally, I will call you a one-syllable version of your name every time if that's an option, but Nicholas is an exception. I had a manager at an old job that I called Nicholas, and I don't know.
It doesn't matter to me.
It just rolls off the tongue, you know?
Yeah.
So much trouble.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest. Yeah, it's not great for you right now.
Yeah, I should have just stayed away from that raider. I thought devote some, maybe tie it up, get some mileage out of here, but splitting my. I made some mistakes.
This thing's a 2 damage.
Yes. 2 of 4.
Alright, so I will go with the interdictor. And I think. Yeah, I think that might be my best option. Alright. So, I will go side to side on the CR90. So that is same exact armament as the front. So, well, crit, hit, accuracy, and crit. And I will accuracy your redirect.
We're at medium range.
Mm-hmm. I
Even
think
if I make me
Yeah.
reroll one,
It-
it's
it-
dead.
yeah, it's dead.
either way.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say this. Pop decaps as well.
What does that do?
It lets him use his blue dice at long range.
Oh, cool.
Yep, and so now I will be going from front to front on that thing. I know it's Bright Hope, so damage is reduced by 1, but let's see what I can do. So that is hit, accuracy, crit. We'll take a blue for another crit. So accuracy, the scatter, and then I'm going to spend this crit for HIE. So all shields.
Take 1, including the target one.
Yeah, it's the target and the 2 adjacent.
That's mean. Especially on a ship like this that doesn't got a lot of.
And then you have to evade 1 to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll make you re-roll.
No, you're at long range, so
Oh, okay.
That was also
flipping the wrong thing. Great. Sorry, I'm rapidly going very tired. I'm sorry, guys.
well, I mean, do we need to call it or?
Do you want to play it out, or what do you think?
I don't mind playing it out. I'm just if you're getting tired,
I am
I'm saying.
I'm happy to concede right now. I'd rather just call it a night and get home. But like, if you're gonna feel cheated of your victory, like I'm down to play for another.
I mean,
half
let's
hour or
finish out the round,
something. Yeah, let's do that.
and then we'll see where we're at.
Cool. Yeah, and it's been a long couple weeks for me, so I'm a little more tired than usual. So we evade, and then it takes how much damage?
Well, since it's Bright Hope, it's only going to take 1.
Okay.
Because I mean that. So
And
you
that's
evade
not a
1.
crit?
Well, you're evading 1. Bright Hope negates 1. So it's and because I used HIEs, it's not the crit effect, so it's face down.
Cool.
But that does set it up nicely to get knocked out before it can do anything with squadrons next round.
That would be rude.
Well, that was my plan.
That makes sense.
So, because I mean, the Raider is kind of useless at this point. It's not going to be able to do anything. So if it dies, whoop-de-doo. But it has managed to pull your MC30 out of the fight, whereas this could actually do something by activating those, getting them in.
So we'll activate this. It's got a squadron command. It's useless because you activated all my stuff. Jerk.
Do the same thing.
Empire. All jerks. We're gonna displace a bunch of stuff, which is awful.
No, it's fantabulous. It's going to displace too. So we will put all these B-wings over here. Let's see. I have I've got demo and I've got the Guzanti. And so let's. You know what? Let's go with the Guzanti. So it's got a squadron. That has 2 damage on it, right?
Which one?
The
Quantum Storm? Yes.
okay, that's what I thought.
And it also gets hazardous too.
So we will move Red Eye there. These are all in 3 blue. And because of intel, I'm not engaged, so. So 1 damage.
To the front.
Yeah.
And it's close range, so
Close range, so you could scatter, but you can't evade.
you know, I have to, otherwise it dies. So
Yeah.
scatter.
So then I will scrooch Jendon up a little to be able to relay and whatnot, and then Red Eye will go again. There's the 1 damage and the accuracy, so it's
I
gone.
should have activated that one first. That was dumb.
Yeah.
Because these B-wings haven't gone yet.
That's kind of why I wanted to get to that.
No. Does he have a squadron command coming up?
In MC-80?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
but,
so
But still, I mean, it is 1 less
you know,
activation.
8R
sheet.
Talon, Bomber Command Center. Yeah, this is pretty ugly. So my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, the MC-80, Squadron Command.
That can't move because it's engaged now, is it?
Okay, so I'll just have it attack them.
Yeah. So
One
1,
damage.
counter 1 damage. And you got that because of Dengar, so.
And then we'll have this guy attack Dengar.
This guy?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's 2 damage. And an accuracy if he's got braces, I'll lock down the scatter. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a scatter and a brace, so
Lock the scatter.
2 damage, so I'll take that down to 1.
Makes sense.
He does not, Dengar himself does not have counter,
Cool.
so.
you also have your
Oh yeah, and
10
then
nub.
10 nub will also go for. I think this guy is going to be the
IGD.
best for the
Okay.
fishing for the crit. Obstructed, so just the 2 blues.
Counter
1
3,
damage.
2 damage. And,
Did you get rid of one of them for being obstructed?
oh, you're right, okay, sorry. I'll do that again.
Cool.
1 damage.
Okay.
And it was 1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then your ship has to
So
shoot and move.
that's the other thing that I need to do. Thank you. So just long range, it looks like, right?
I think you still have a demo at long range though.
You do have to have a long range. Doesn't have his evade anymore.
Out the side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll do that first. Out the side to demo.
It's 3 red,
I think that's my best bet.
probably.
Yeah, probably.
For now.
Oh, I need a victory token because I did.
So 4 damage.
It's not bad. Alright, so I will brace that and redirect that. So you've
Okay,
got
I've got-
XI7s there, so that still, I should be able to be fine. So 0 and 1. So that was 2. So brace down to 2.
Okay. And then
I don't know if you're in range of anything with the front. You might be. Oh, no, you are.
yeah, so
But that is an obstructed
obstructed
shot,
from the front
so
because of
either
horses.
way.
canceled. All right, so we'll just move then, right?
Yeah.
Because it's obstructed. The red dice is the only one available,
Yeah.
so that's the one that gets canceled out.
Correct.
I'm probably gonna overlap both of these because I'm still only moving at speed 1.
Yeah, it's likely.
Okay. Well, you just
If you-
That maybe.
That, or I think the other, like, sorry. Like that click, I think will push you out wide enough
To avoid
it. You'll still hit this one.
Sure. That makes
But
sense.
you'll at least avoid the.
She didn't technically lock it in either, so I don't know.
And at this point, we're calling it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you've overlapped that.
Cool. So it's another like 1 face up and 2 face down.
It's 1 face up.
One
and
face
2
up and
damage.
then 2 damage, so you can put that on 1 whole zone.
Any holes on that?
Oh, wait a second! You can't attack at long range.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So
None of that actually happened.
sorry, I just realized that. demo's the last thing left that I've got. I think, yeah. So demo will go. It's rolling at speed 3 right now.
I mean, you could still put that card on.
It's not gonna, we can get,
Well, I can at least get within red range.
So the answer is, yes, you're gonna,
So we'll do that.
right, so.
Yeah, that's definitely not close range. Not even close. But that is definitely long range. So I will take 2 red. Ooh, not bad. 2 hit and a crit.
Okay, so we'll brace and redirect.
And that was to your rear.
So 2 damage.
Yep, and then okay. And then
The remainder of the turn. Lots of stupid or.
I think that should have gotten it out of that. No, then it would be going first. Okay, squadrons. I've got squadrons left.
I do not.
Yeah, no, you do.
Because that one is blue, but I just forgot to move
Yeah.
it over.
So Crimson will go. We'll go for that B-wing right there. No, there's a hit. IG-88 will go. We'll go to that Y-wing, or that not Y-wing, that B-wing right there. There's the 2. Let's see. Jonas will go. I'm gonna fly him right there, and then Dengar will. Dengar will go right here. So. And Crimson already went, didn't it? Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, because it just took out the B-wing. So. So if you want to call it here, we can call it here.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I might be able to do a little something with either the B-wings or the torpedo frigate, but I'm not in any doubt that you're going to crush me.
Yeah, I mean you.
And as tired as I am, I hate to bail early, but
That's fine. I'm sure my wife would be happy to see me home early.
that's kind of
so.
what I figured.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I think you could probably, you definitely would have taken out the Raider, because at this point, it served its purpose. I would have just thrown that away, because it's not going to get around to deal with those bombers. And the more important thing now is demo is within range, but in your side arc, and I want to change that.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And so,
Sorry, I didn't give you more of a challenge. I kind of screwed things up, but I learned a lot, so that was very helpful.
you didn't screw things up.
That's generous. I definitely, that deployment was not what I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, but I kind of made that.
Sure, but even with the constraints you imposed, I could have handled that still a lot better.
You could have, yeah, but this is the first time you'd ever gone up against something like that, and
Exactly.
it's the first time I've ever played with these, which that was fun.
It's also my first 600-point game, so try that again when I've got a few more games under my belt.
Well, 600-point games are fun. Yeah, there was actually a tournament of them over the summer that